All right, guys, so this part on my patterns, this is a little bit of my favorite one. But the one thing that I want to do, some of these patterns, you're like, oh yeah, I can figure out this pretty easily. But other ones, you might need to kind of write this in. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys kind of the pattern on this place value chart, and then we're going to go ahead and write them in. So if I started out as 0.03, and then I have 0.3. If you kind of notice, it's kind of moving over one place value every time. So that missing number would be 3. Then I have 30. Then I would have 300. Then I would have 3,000. So if you kind of see, you're making a pattern into your template that you have here. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this in, that this would be 3, 300, and then 3,000. Okay, don't be afraid to use this place value chart. Okay, this next one, it has 6,500,000. Okay, my next number is 65,000. Okay, so if you look, I didn't just kind of go evenly. I actually moved 2 place values. So I want to move 2 place values and then have my number here. Okay, I want to move 2 place values and have my number here. I want to move 2 place values, and have my number here. Okay, and so when I do this, if I did this correct, I'll have 650. My next number is 6.5, which that's what it says. And then my last one is going to be 0.065 or 65 thousandths. And I'm going to go ahead and write that in. Okay. So this next one, I don't have that first number, so I kind of am going in a little bit blind, okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this top one blank so I can see what this pattern might be. So I'm going to do 9,430, okay? I'm going to leave this one blank because it's also, I'm missing that one. And then I'm going to put 94 and 3/10, and then I'm going to do 9 and 43 hundredths, okay? So if I look at this, what this basically is telling me, guys, is I'm just moving this one place value, especially because of these two right here. So if I'm going to move this one place value, it can kind of work a little bit backwards. I'm going to start with my bottom and just move that one place value over. This one, I'm going to move it one place value over so I can keep that place value open. So each of these, you have to keep that place value open as you kind of go down, okay? So then this one, this is where that place value should be left open. And so my beginning number should be 94,300, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and write this in. So it should be 94,300. Then the next number should be 943. Then the last number should be 943 thousandths, okay? On this one, you might not necessarily need to have your place value chart for this, because if you kind of look, I have no zeros, I have 1, now I have 2, so it just seems like all I'm doing is adding zeros. So I'm going to put 999, this one has 2 zeros, so I'm going to add 3, okay? I'm going to have 999, and because this one has 3, I'm going to add 4. And because this one has 4, now I need to add 5 zeros. So I'm going to have 999, and then I'm going to add 5 zeros. All right, so pretty simple on that one. This next one, again, is kind of skipping, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to put 7 and 5/10. Then I go 750, then I go 75,000, okay? And then I'm going to figure out what I'm skipping. Well, if I look at this, it's almost like I'm skipping 2 place values, okay? So I want this one up here, okay? So I need to skip 2 place values. So to start this, skipping 2 place values, I'm going to go, I need to skip 2. It's going to be this one. So I've skipped 2, okay? So I've moved it over, and it looks like as I'm going, I've added 1 zero here. I'm going to add 3 zeros, okay? So I'm going to move this one to 7,500,000, okay? And then looks like I need to move one more. So then this is going to be, I'm going to have 75 out here, and then I'll have my zeros here. Okay. And so all I'm doing is creating that pattern where I have those 2 place values in front of it empty, 2 place values empty in front of it. Okay. So then here I'm going to have 75 thousandths. Then I'm going to have 7,500,000. And then this one I'm going to have 750 million. Okay. So on here, says the explanation on how we did it. You guys actually already did this when we talked about it and as I was doing this on your place value chart, so we don't necessarily need to talk about those. This next one, it says Shawnee and Marlon missed the lessons on exponent. Shawnee incorrectly wrote 10 to the 5th as 50 on her paper, and Marlon wrote incorrectly 10 or 2.5 or 2 and 5/10 times 10 to the second is 2 and 500 thousandths on his paper. What mistake did Shawnee make? Well, what mistake Shawnee made was she just took 10 times 5. Okay, so she did 10 times 5 equals 50. And that is not correct. What she needed to do was 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. So 10 5 times, or 100,000. Okay. What Marlon did incorrectly is he just added 2 zeros at the end. That's not correct. What he needed to do was he needed to move his place value, this decimal, 2 place values. So I moved it 1, I add a 0, and I move it again. So his answer should be 250. Okay, so make sure that you understand how we can add those zeros and then also take zeros away or move our decimal to show our correct place value.